So let's get some more thoughts on all of this now and cross live to the director of the Asia Center for Studies and Translation, Ahmed Moustafa. Ahmed, it's good to have you join me now. So Yes. So the U.S. Secretary of State has met with his Egyptian counterpart, and it comes just days after Trump's bombshell redevelopment plan for Gaza. So there is no way the issue can't have been addressed there between both sides. Now, what do you think might have been the outcome, and what should Egypt be insisting on?
No, Egypt has a very clear stance from day one of Tufan al-Aqsa. That you already oppressed those people, and that was stated by the head of the state, Mr. Sisi himself. He said that those people were aggrieved over 76 years. Not only that, you didn't, even after, Oslo Accords and things like that, give them their own independent and sovereign state, as you already arranged during the time of Bill Clinton. Therefore, this is like the natural result of this. And Egypt already stated again and again, the last week with the Jordania king, as well as the good thing that also the Saudi Arabia already involved in such matter. And it was really amazing to find the head of the intelligence, Prince bin Faisal, already, wearing the hair cover instead of Gotra, this Palestinian reluctance, scarf. And he stated that the Americans and the Israelis are already lying, and Saudi Arabia will not be involved in any talks about Gaza or any talks about settlement without, being, adhered to the Arab League statements and declarations of 2002. That already given the same solutions, just independent and a sovereign state for the Palestinians. Out of this or away from this, resolutions, we will not do anything. No normalizations with Israelis. And we also will not accepting, because Netanyahu lied also another time in the Israeli media and world media, that Saudi will accept the displaced Palestinians in their homeland, which is like a kind of whims of bare ass personas like Trump and Netanyahu. And I'm repeating, it's whims of bare asses, personas like Netanyahu and Donald Trump. Donald Trump has nothing in this time to do because he has a big deficit, the biggest indebtedness worldwide in the history of the United States, 40 trillion US dollars. That means 130,000 US dollars per capita indebtedness. This is why during, coming to the office speech, we hear that we have to dig and we have to excavate everywhere in the United States, because the war in Gaza and in the Eastern Mediterranean, it was the war for energy, especially for the natural gas, as well as for the oil. And this is why, in order to, for example, make problems for the Russian gas and for the Iranian gas, which is nearest to the West more than, any other sources of gas. This is like a very complicated issue. Badr Abdel-Ati insisting on the Egyptian stance and will never be changed, because it is the request of the Egyptian people. And if you notice, even the social media, the ordinary media, the TVs, the Egyptian people, all of them against this. And Mr. Sisi here repeated again, if I already give you any kind of promise and you are lying, the Egyptian people will hold me accountable for this. This is exactly what Badr Abdel-Ati would. The other thing that Netanyahu and the Israeli, and this is exactly what I said several times before, once they try to transfer some messages to the Americans or to the Europeans, especially in England, in Germany or in France, the Western, officials taking their talks as if it is biblical, especially those Anglican or those Zionist Christians over there. And unfortunately, the administration in the United States and the Congress, unfortunately, they are impacted by this. The majority of them, they are impacted by this without any discussion, as if they are like cows. I'm sorry to say that, and not making any simple analysis for such worlds, if it is realistic or not.
All right, as we keep it civil. Now, the point is, Trump has been making the headlines the whole weekend with his Gaza plan. But let's have a listen to his recent statement on the future of the Palestinian people.
We'll build beautiful communities for the 1.9 million people. We'll build beautiful communities, safe communities. Could be 5, 6, could be 2, but we'll build safe communities a little bit away from where they are, where all of this danger is. In the meantime, I would own this. Think of it as a real estate development for the future. It would be a beautiful piece of land.
Would the Palestinians have the right to return?
No, they wouldn't, because they're going to have much better housing, much better. In other words, I'm talking about building a permanent place for them, because if they have to return now, it'll be years before you could ever. It's not habitable. It will be years before it could happen. I'm talking about starting to build, and I think I could make a deal with Jordan. I think I could make a deal with Egypt. You know, we give them billions and billions of dollars a year.
All right, now, you listen to President Trump there. How is it possible that a president of a foreign country decides the fate of a particular nation somewhere else?
First, I think he has no word or any information or data about Muslims, about Arabs, because the land for us, as we are the indigenous people, it's like our honor. This is exactly what we were reared on since we were children. This is number one. And even in Islam, the people who defends his land, he has the full right to do that. And if he is died for this, he's going to be like a murderer. And this is why there was this struggle. And this is the biggest in the history. It's unprecedented that, you know, all the people who fought against the IDF and the NATO for 1 year and 4 months, I think they are deserving of that. Number two, if you watch some videos from, you know, once some of the people already, and about 200,000 people or something like this, already returned to the north of Gaza, they started to rebuild. They don't need any, you know, real estate investment from Mr. Trump or whatsoever his diabolic, you know, plan for making rehabilitation or a reconstruction of Gaza in the future, because they can do it. And Egypt already sent the tractors and the bulldozers, as well as we have Mr. Bamdouh Hamza, one of our top-level civil engineers and contractors. He said, we can make it more environmentally because we can take all the rubbles of the house and re-smash it and then rebuild after making this dust like blocks again to rebuild the houses. Therefore, it's going to be like environmental and feasible solutions for the people of Gaza and for nothing. We can do it. Also, Talat Mustafa made the same solutions 2 days before for them. And the whole Arab world, especially Saudi Arabia, even Emirates, and so all of them, they have a joint word, and this is for the first time, and the Islamic world, just we are against such the kind of relocation of the indigenous people who defended and who made a victory. And also, if Mr. Trump watched, you know, our morality, how we, you know, hand the captives of Israel, how many the thousands of people of Hamas and Qassam, you know, having the rifles or, you know, the weapons already they got from Israel, stuffing, and also how they give, you know, those captives certificates and gifts and things like that. This is a morality, and compare them to the people who were captives in the Israeli prisons, for example, who suffered from diseases and things like that. I think all such, you know, reasons make the situation clear for Trump to read and know the reality of the situation.
All right. I wish we'll have more time next time to really break these things down. I see the passion and from you, it's amazing.
Yeah, because it deserves. It deserves. Because we are crying because it is a day. It's a historical event. We have beaten the NATO. We have beaten the NATO. Gaza has beaten the NATO.
All right. Most of the world thinks there are better ways to handle this thing for everyone. Ahmed Moustafa, Asia Center for Studies and Translation Director, thank you so much for your time and your passion for this. Thank you.
Not at all.
Great.
Thank you.